Hi, my name is Annette Duncan, and today I will be presenting on Exchange Club and the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity. I am an Exchange Club member for the past 16 years. I am in the Moonlighters Exchange Club, which is located in Owatonna, Minnesota, and have also been in the Owatonna Exchange Club. I currently serve as a volunteer field representative for the Lakes and Prairies District, which includes Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska. Today, we'll be focusing on the connection between Exchange Club and the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity. Exchange Club is America's premier service club. We've been in existence for over 107 years with 650 clubs and over 20,000 members. There are 4 pillars of service that Exchange focuses on. One is community service, and that encourages exchangeates to get into their communities and help make a difference however they can. Americanism, which promotes patriotism and pride in our country. Youth programs, that includes programs that inspire our youth to be the best that they can be. And finally, child abuse prevention, which is what I will be speaking on today, and that is Exchange Club's national project. Child abuse prevention was adopted as Exchange Club's national project in 1979. In 1984, the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity, which I'll be speaking on today, was established. We currently now have 67 child abuse prevention centers across the United States and 12 affiliate centers. Exchange Club members utilize a number of tools provided by National to help bring awareness to child abuse in their communities through awareness campaigns. In April, you may notice blue ribbons on trees. This is a way to bring awareness to the fact that child abuse exists and that we can do something about it. Another program that Exchange Clubs may participate in is called Darkness to Light Stewards for Children, and that is a sexual abuse awareness certification program. And then finally, many Exchange Clubs across the United States support child abuse prevention centers like the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity that we will be speaking on today. This is my team. The Exchange Club Center for Family Unity includes myself as the executive director, Rachel Grunkley as our parent mentor coordinator, and so not only is she a parent mentor, but she also is responsible for training all new parent mentors that come on board. We have Miss Amanda White, who also serves as a parent mentor, and our newest staff member is Emma Bassness. We currently serve 5 counties at the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity, including Rice County. We have Steele, Waseca, Dodge, and Freeborn County. In 2016, we served 90 families through our parent mentoring program and over 70 families through our supervised visitation program, which we utilize contract labor for that program. The programs that we have at the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity are our Parent Mentor program. That particular program is where we go into the home and we work with families to help them to have a better environment for their children, an environment which is nurturing and healthy and promotes the wellness and growth of children versus abusive, neglectful, harmful techniques that may be currently being utilized in that home. And so as a parent mentor, they go into the home, they work with the family to determine what it is that they specifically need to work on, and then the parent mentor will develop a custom program for that specific family, and then we'll continue to work with that family until each of those goals have been met and that family begins to utilize more positive techniques for their parenting. Our secondary program is our supervised visitation program. That program is a federally funded program through a pass-through grant, which goes through the county or human services. And so children who have been placed in care, that are currently in foster care, have the opportunity through this grant to continue a relationship with their parents or guardians during this reunification process. And so we provide that service so that children can have the opportunity to continue that relationship with their parents in a safe environment. Safe Exchange is an extension of supervised visitation, and that program is where we will help in a situation where parents are not able to exchange parenting time without conflict. And so we will provide a safe place to exchange their children without actually seeing each other, so that we can avoid adding any trauma for the children. Darkness to Light, Stewards for Children, that is a sexual abuse awareness certification that we offer. We do offer it to all community members as well as professionals, and for those in the professional fields of healthcare, education, any of those sort of sectors require that you achieve additional continuous education credits throughout the year. And so we do provide 2 CEUs, or continuous education units, for this program. And again, it's to bring awareness specifically to sexual abuse and how we can prevent it and what to do if we become aware of it. Our final program, and this program is just currently offered in Steele County through a collaboration with the United Way of Steele County, and that is our Incent to Save program. And that program is a financial program that helps families to learn how to save so that they do not reach a crisis state if something were to happen, such as a vehicle was to break down, or an appliance that would require more than what they would be used to spending on a weekly or monthly basis. And so what we find through our program is that a lot of the stress our families undergo is due to finances or lack thereof. And so this program just helps to teach these families how to budget and save in case a situation occurs where they might need that additional funding. So I want to talk a little bit more about our parent mentoring program. That was just a high-level overview of each of the programs. It's the parent mentoring program that we are known for. We use an evidence-based model, and all exchange club centers or child abuse prevention centers across the United States use this model. And what this model is it's a hands-on approach with these families. So instead of going to a family and discussing what they're doing wrong and what they should be doing, instead we will actually model the appropriate behavior with their children so that they know exactly what we're talking about. They see it work, and then they're able to implement that into their families. The families that we work with through all of our programs, but primarily our parent mentoring program, are usually at the 200% or lower national poverty rate. And so a lot of our families are living in poverty. About 25% of our families are currently homeless. Now, we think about that and we're like, well, we don't see people on the street. But the reality is that if a family is couch hopping, staying with a friend, staying with a relative, this is homeless. Unless they have their own place to live, this is homelessness. And so that is one of the issues that our families are dealing with, and that causes a high level of stress in the home, which can lead to abuse and neglect. What we find with our families is that a lot of times their basic needs are not being met. There's other issues such as the homelessness. It may be transportation. It may be daycare. It could be the fact that they're not able to find a living wage job. There's so many variables that we're approached with, and not to mention, mental health issues and substance abuse. I would say probably 85% of the families that we work with have mental illness or substance abuse. And so we are working with individuals within the community that can help get these families back on track so that we can focus on the parenting. So with this program, there's just so much more than actually providing parenting skills. It's a matter of helping these families to become secure so that parenting can be a focal area for them and they can make changes. Now, we hear a lot of things in the news, and we hear about these situations where severe abuse has taken place, and that's what we think about when we think of child abuse and neglect. And the reality is that those malicious types of child abuse, while they exist, are few and far between. The majority of the families that we work with don't intend to abuse their children. They don't do it because they just felt like hitting their child that day. A lot of times we find that parents just don't understand that there's a different way. They were maybe raised that way themselves. They, are maybe to the point where rational thinking is completely out the door. There's a lot of reasons why parents may react in an abusive manner. And abuse comes in a number of forms. It's not just physical. It can be emotional. It can be mental. We briefly discussed sexual. And so for all of the abuses, except for sexual, we can usually come into the home and we can help those parents to see that there is a better way, and we help provide them with the tools that they need to be able to provide that nurturing home that they truly do want for their children. Again, we've seen the malicious cases, but they truly are few and far between. Most parents do want for their children to grow up in a loving environment. They want their children to, look back at their childhood and say, hey, I was loved, I was provided for, I knew my parents really cared about me. And so that's really what we're hoping to accomplish with that program, is to just help parents to learn different techniques and to establish a new way of parenting, which could be significantly different from how they were parented. And so that's just an overview of our parent mentoring program, which again is the program that is what we are founded on, and that is the program that we have the best opportunity to prevent child abuse in our communities with. Now, you can be a part of the solution. Be aware what's going on around you. You've been in a store and you've seen, that parent that is screaming at their child, or you see the child throwing a tantrum and the parent's not sure how to handle it. Be aware of those situations, and if it's appropriate, offer a hand. See if there's something that you can do. If you see a parent abusing a child or somebody, they don't even have to be a parent. I've seen situations where grandparents are the ones that are physically or verbally abusing a child. And it's important for you to be aware of that, and to, if you can, do something about it. Contact somebody. Like I said, if you're at a store, contact the store manager and say, hey, this is happening. And then that way they can call the authorities and do something about it. Speak out. It's one thing to see it and be aware of it, but if you're not able to say something and do something about it, then there's no point, And so whenever possible, speak out, tell somebody, so that that child has an opportunity to have intervention and prevent future abuse from happening. You can support our cause through volunteering. There's a number of different things that you can do as a volunteer. You could work with a family if you chose to, or maybe you just want to, help, but don't want to necessarily get that involved. We have a lot of different administrative type things that you can do to be a part of the solution without actually working directly with the family. So again, we've got those opportunities, and then of course we have a number of fundraisers throughout the year. And just, by participating in that, you're helping to bring awareness to the cause, and that's important as well. Adopt the village mentality. That's a big one. We are a society where we feel that we need to do things on our own, that we need to raise our children on our own. And really, we're one of the few countries that does that. I think that it's important that we work together. Being a parent isn't easy, and for those of you that have been there, you understand that, and every child is different. And now there's so many new variables that parents are dealing with, and children are being diagnosed with every letter in the alphabet, and it's a different world. And I think that if we can work together, if we can help support each other as parents, if we can be that that voice of reason, if we can, just be that ear to hear what they have going on, just that person that can help them understand that they're not in this by themselves, that we're here to help them be successful. And I don't just mean this from our agency standpoint, but just from human being to human being, and that's that village mentality where it really does take a village to raise a child. And I think that we need to get back to that point. And I think that we will see less families falling through the cracks if we're all looking out for each other. And then another way to be a part of the solution is to join Exchange. Exchange Club is an amazing organization. Like I said, I'm an Exchange Club member. I've been an Exchange Club member for 16 years for a reason. Exchange really cares about their communities, about making sure that families are strengthened in those communities so that those communities can continue to thrive. And so, Exchange Child abuse prevention is just one of the programs that Exchange focuses on, as we discussed previously, but definitely the one that is near and dear to my heart. So if this is something that you'd like to be a part of, simply joining Exchange gives you that opportunity to support child abuse prevention in your community. So I highly recommend that if you're looking for a way to give back and be a part of a team that's looking at that common goal. Well, at this point, if I was there, I would be able to take some questions from you. I'm not, but Rachel is there, and so she will be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Otherwise, you'll see on the screen here is my cell phone number. Please don't hesitate to give me a call if you have questions or if there's something specific that we can do for you. We are a partnership in Exchange Clubs and the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity. We work together to make our community stronger. And so I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to hopefully meeting you in the future. Thank you.